Yeah, I was gonna say, I too was watching this Hollow of Cosmos. I was not there, but I was watching it. So, great stuff. Support your Oshis, but maybe my Oshi's in this game.
Yeah, potentially. The Oshis on screen right now are currently putting in the work. You're seeing Vital try to like constantly be forcing AC to make these committal anti-air options. And so far, it's actually sticking to the ground after a little bit of an early air game has been working out great for them, landing a good throw and a good hit immediately afterwards.
Yeah, love seeing this Seth gameplay, especially, I mean, I know it's been a little bit since EVO, but we did get to see some fantastic Seth gameplay from Ohito, and seeing that sort of movement and those setups translate over to Seth players from the United States is always really exciting to get to see.
Yeah, and definitely getting the level up as well. Even just watching the event, I don't remember if Vital was at EVO or not, it can definitely change up a lot of your gameplay and a lot of your pressure, but unfortunately overheads are still unblockable here on net play. AC trying to come back at a sliver of life.
Yeah, I was really trying to do just, you're trying to get something, anything. Orie still, performing pretty well in a lot of different brackets. Really nice DP there. Fighting back, not dead, but the challenge there with the Thanatos was really nice. I like the side switch as well, but Vital is doing a really good job blocking everything. I like the idea of the throw.
Yeah, tries to go up thinking that AC was going to go for up back Thanatos summon to try to keep them into the air-to-air options that we've been seeing happening over and over again. But Vital right now going to close out the first round with 18 seconds left of the grid break throw. A good old... It wouldn't be an Under-Night tournament if we didn't start out with almost going to a timeout right here. But there's AC finally finding an air-to-air that you saw Vital had been like playing around. So maybe they thought at the beginning of this round, okay, they don't want to go for it. But AC immediately brings it to the table, puts them to the corner, finds the throw as well, and just keeping that nasty Orie pressure up.
I think one of the grossest things about the Orie pressure is that your distancing is so safe. Great grid break, by the way, with that throw as well. Do it again. I dare you to do it 3 times. Probably coming right after this. No, the overhead is going to work out. Never mind. Also, Hyper Pyro, thank you so much for the raid. Raiders, welcome. Welcome to Undernight here at TNS. We are happy to have you.
Yeah, the players are also happy to have more people see what's going on. AC ended that last round with a perfect even, having every single correct option come out as soon as they need it. And these 6 Bs have been unblockable again and again and again for them.
AC is doing really well. I like the adjustments that they made from the first round. Vital did a really good job first round maintaining the pressure, keeping, the distancing very well, getting those orb setups pretty spectacularly. But AC, since then, has been able to block very, very well. And right there is really the first time in about 2 rounds we've seen them get opened up like this.
Yeah, and I think that's really all you need as a Seth player, as long as you can land into that hard knockdown, but unfortunately Vital couldn't find it. They could find the block on the overhead this time, though. Had Celestial as well and tried to anti-air shield, but got grid broken for it.
Unfortunate timing. These throws have just paid off dividends for AC. Look at how well they're doing right now. The Thanatos too. The way did you... Okay, I'm going to come back to that because I want to talk about what's coming on screen right now, because right now Vital is taking control of the situation.
Yeah, finding the early orb set right there with a cross-up, able to go into the air unblockable set with the dive. Allowed AC to get the cycle right at the very end right there. So able to steal their turn back, and it still has a chance to just play it very safe for the next 20 seconds.
They just have to... they got crossed through, crossed up, and might be crossed out. Yeah, that's going to end up doing it. So Vital is going to end up taking the first game. Great stuff. Reminder to chat in case you're not familiar with the way that we run things here at TNS, and honestly at a lot of other tournaments as well. This is going to be 2 out of 3 until we get to winners, losers, and grands, which will be 3 out of 5. What I did want to cover really briefly in between this little time is the way that AC was using Thanatos and the actual Orie hitbox/hurtbox to stack them on top of each other and just like make this impassable wall. And I thought that was a really great way to use the entire toolkit of Orie.
Yeah, it's definitely something that you didn't see as much from North American Ories, even back in Claire into the early stages of UNI2, but you're seeing a lot more with that JP Orie style that has started to infest over in the North American waters right here. But a great 5BB coming from Vital, trying to stop that game plan from working out.
Yeah, this is cool. Vital You know, I said before, AC was doing such a good job adjusting. Now it's Vital doing a really good job. The confidence in the walk-up, it wasn't even a dash-up. Just walking to reevaluate the spacing. Such good stuff from Vital. Cross through once again, get the orb set up. Now, this is something, this is nice to see. This was actually something that Okito was consistently missing at EVO, were those orb setups, and it's great to see somebody, you know, even in net play, be able to set that up really consistently. So good job, Vital.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it's a little easier on your home computer than on the grand final stage of the biggest tournament.
You're totally right.
Oh, but that was such a good falling JA right there to catch them overhead. Had the 2-2C remainder hit skill, a little bit of that extra damage, and just enough for AC to close out the first round.
Very confident and aggressive round start from Vital. You know, in these first to twos, best of three situations, a lot of people start doing some kind of crazy stuff on round start, and that aggression was nice. An excellent defense from Vital, and then able to take advantage of that opening almost immediately.
Yeah, Vital has just like really gotten onto exactly how AC is wanting to be thinking in these early stages of the game. However, AC has really shown their expertise once we get into a little bit more towards those scramble situations. But Vital doesn't want to allow that at all. Just wants to play very patient, find those big opportunities, and not even need to cash out the meter to close out the rounds like I thought they were going to.
Yeah. We're really down to the wire here, even in this first round, and I think that's great. I think this speaks to the power and the prowess that TNS has become and continues to become in these weekly online brackets, something that's becoming a mainstay in people's competitive weeks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And a lot of these uni players as well is like, you don't see, you know, a lot of people only enter like one net play tournament a week or so. So a lot of people choose TNS to be the one to show off, but they are grinding on net play constantly. These are two players I know that I personally seen around the block on all the different net play like circuits when it comes to leveling up their game, and Vital right now showing how vital that is to winning that round.
Very vital indeed, which means that Vital is in fact going to move on in this bracket right now.
Yeah, so they've been focusing a little bit more on Carmine recently. I think it's a character that has been kind of like really favoring exactly how they want to be playing UNI2, the more aggressive style that you're seeing a lot of people succeed with, and I've seen the past couple net play terms, it's really what they've been focusing on. Keitoless, on the other hand, is one of those players who I think really had the big come up towards the end of Claire / like the beginning of UNI2, and has been really showing a lot of prowess with this Akatsuki and really showing the constant aggression that is working out for them. So it's going to be two people kind of swinging their arms at each other and trying to make these game plans work out, trading these hits back and forth. Defiant, though, gonna get hit with the parry after the CS situation.
Interesting. Okay, overhead does end up working out for Keitoless. I like seeing this entire, you know, corner-to-corner combo, and that little bit of charge, too, as well. That was nice. Yeah, get that little bit of life back. Carmine is so dangerous when you have just that ability to regain health. Defiant is also... he finds space and places to get these combos in and get combos started where it doesn't even look like that should be possible. And I feel like that just speaks to him as a uni player. Really nice CDP there.
Yeah, it's one of those like advantages that you get from someone who's like played so much of the roster and tried to be as fundamentally sound as they can. You really have to learn every single inch and every single character that you can. Good use on the Blood Rain right there, going to be jumping over the fireball attempt coming up from Keitoless. But trying to shut down that horizontal movement, but the vertical movement is really what will do it for Defi here.
Oh my goodness, just, I mean, take advantage of the fact that you knew that Defiant could not move in that instance and was like actionless. The throw too to get out of that, but my goodness, the response. Defiant is such a smart, I don't want to overuse the term, but I think what we usually would say is such a cerebral player. Just really right there. And Tabby, you're totally right, has been practiced fundamentally throughout the lifespan of this, not just this game, but of Uni in general, and you can see that here.
Yeah, like one big thing is, you know, I was talking about sort of that like horizontal movement. They even accepted their sort of their fate after the Blood Rain set, knowing that they're going to be in the air, having to go for the double overhead fuzzy, and it was up for Keitoless to like make that call out on it. So Keitoless having that really good recognition, just only finding these like, you know, half second away from being in the right situations. Got Aaron blockable there as well, but definitely won't find anything until the big reset afterwards.
I'm setting up the puddle there. Beautiful stuff with the bomb, too. The way that Defi is able to take advantage and create air combos out of the bombs from Carmine is very elegant, and I like seeing that quite a bit. More pressure, CDP to try and keep Keitoless into the corner. Just maintaining the spacing, maintaining the pressure. Maintenance is the name of the game at this point. Unfortunately, maintenance was called, and now we have the keys to somebody else's apartment, and we're going to go on the other side of the stage where that apartment is currently residing.
Yeah, Keitoless wants to fully get in there, dig through those drawers, try to find an opening to get out there, throw whiffed, but wasn't able to be punished right there because even Defi wasn't ready for it at that spacing.
Nope, not ready. Ooh, that backdash was great because I think Defiant thought what was going to happen the second 2 times with that electric hedgehog grab sort of thing was going to happen the first time. The mix-up on that. Keitoless is doing really nicely with the backdash and then the dash back in. A lot of people, as Defi did the first time and the 4th time, thought it was going to be the grab. Wasn't ready for the grab the 2 times afterwards, and that netted the win for Keitoless. I like the 9 game.
Yeah, and Keitoless is really, really good about that. Like you're seeing right there, already recognizing, hey, they want to go for forward tech in this situation. I'm already going to be checking in with the 2A. Already ready to react to those throw techs, but wasn't ready for the VO afterwards. But is immediately ready to go for the B-Tatsu to get out of the corner situation, get the extension with the new update on the 214C routes, and is just trying to eke out as much of that VO timer as possible, forcing Defi to spend.
Okay. Ooh, what a tense moment. And the overhead to the toes is going to get that to work out. Carmine at 1 HP in a dream is a very, very terrifying place to be. We've said it, over the course of many, many years now because he's spent everything that he has to spend. He's got literally nothing to lose. So Keitoless is now stuck over here while Defiant can freely spend that life that he doesn't have. Got a little bit back there. Keitoless does have Celestial, is going to go ahead and CS to get all of that back for meter, has 200% now. Did spend lost a little bit there because of the shield, but yep, gonna absorb it again. Oh, the VO!
Yeah, VO stripping out of the CS right there, so keeping it into Defi's favor right here. But Keitoless doing a great job with their shield pressure and doing a great job with these dash blocks, but unfortunately made one wrong decision, but Defi couldn't close it out, so Keitoless has one last chance with the crouch force function, get that parry, and get that round.
The sass on this Keitoless, I like it. I like it very much. This is really back and forth, and I very much like the conversation that these two are having via the characters. The adjustments are so clean and so quick. Mm-hmm. I mean, again, this is the quality that you and we have come to expect at TNS, and this is just one of our many, many, many tournaments. This is tournament 21. Can you believe that, Debbie? It's 21.
I can't believe it. We were just talking about it before, thinking it was further down the line, but we've gone through so much on tonight, and we've got a little bit more to go through. One thing I really want to comment on Keitoless' game plan is their committal to using dash block as Akatsuki has been super, super on point for getting him out of a lot of these situations and building those cycles where they can. It was great for finding that first big hit that they got in this round as well. But Defi, I think, finally catching on to it, trying to finally find those timings, and now going to be set up in Bloodhouse and going for the classic no mix, getting with the run-up throw bomb set once again.
Oh, caught from the back. That was such a sneaky setup. That's something that you can do pretty consistently with several different characters in Under Night, is have stuff set up off screen. So you really need to be aware. Yeah, with Seth, we're aware of that. Yeah, Nanase with the new, off-screen disc, we're aware of that. But Carmine sometimes can sneak those in too, and Keitoless wasn't ready for it. Life is pretty even here. Now we've switched the corners yet. Waiting. Oh, just grab, throw into the corner. The bomb set up as well. And then just the air backdash. Beautiful stuff, but then throw back into the corner. The chop is going to miss. Oh my gosh, just the reversal.
Yeah, Keitoless had those lines, had those reads, was ready to try to make something happen here. Big ADP with the 2360 follow-up on there. This should actually be a huge starter for them, gonna bring him all the way to the corner. I just opted to go for the short knockdown. Keep it simple, keep it clean. Defi tried to get the run out, but it didn't work.
Oh boy, that's problematic for Defi. This is a big round shift for Keitoless. Yep, gonna get, speaking of shift, get that chain shift and go in for the throw. I want to see if we're gonna go for those backdashes again. That time it was a tech throw. I really like the adjustment on the side of Defi from that. We do get the CS into a nice reversal. Gonna get the grab, get a little bit of that life back. But Keitoless is sitting pretty well on life. Oh, wow! I love that movement. Highlight that for me, Tabby.
Yep, excellent right there. So we saw Defiant constantly trying to find opportunities to open up, even going for some like feint options, trying to bait out their shield habits, trying to bait what they were trying to do, and instead putting them into the blender with the JA fuzzy right there. And then also finally catching him up for doing those dash blocks that we had been seeing them go for again and again and again. Defi wanted the full punish that they were looking for, and that little disconnect right there. One of the like legacy Under Night players who's been around the block for a hot minute, showing off their work in Uni with Phonon. A lot of people know them more recently for their play in DNF Duel, as they've been like one of the more consistent players at that. But Uni's where they got their start and where they got all the strength that they need to carry themselves in other games. And right now, they're trying to find a way to get out of Vincent's pressure.
Yeah, definitely wanted to not get hit by all of that. Also, his colors are really pretty. I very much like that set. In any case, both of these characters operating at fairly similar ranges, both of them having both mid and full screen options. But for LuFL, it's, grid broken and dead. That was really dominant by Vincent, whereas LuFL had a good round start, was not able to really get much off of that. Oh, I like the adjustment using that charged move from Vincent to just control the airspace. LuFL is going to have to really think hard about how they're approaching.
Oh, went for guard thrust right there, but actually ended up whiffing. LuFL wasn't ready for the punish, couldn't find 5AB either. Tried to go for a cheeky install after the geyser right there, but Vincent spaced out, ready to punish, tossed him back in the corner with the command grab, and going for a bomb set, but LuFL taken to the skies. Unfortunately, not going to work out.
Yeah, the sky, I'm sorry. The airplane has been told to stay on the ground, and you are now, I don't know, you're maintenance mode, I suppose, because you're not allowed to leave. This is unfortunate. Another grid break, which is most likely that's gonna be the round. Vincent, incredibly done. Man, I love Fauna. Vincent, I feel that. I hope your Oshi had a great night at that concert, because I definitely watched that. I also love Fauna.
Yeah, Vincent, only showing the flora out here, getting their winner's flowers of that first game. Really trying to make, I think the easiest way to describe is that one interaction with Geyser trying to go into install that LuFL had at the very end is what closed them out of that game. Because Vincent knows as soon as you get on top of the Phonon player and they don't have meter, there's not a lot that they can do. And I think LuFL even understands that enough because they want to switch over to Carmine potentially of their own.
That's a really, okay, not gonna do it. I was gonna say that mirror is a very, I don't know, it's like a really 50-50 kind of mirror. So I would be hesitant as somebody picking that into somebody who's such a strong Carmine like Vincent clearly is.
Absolutely, yeah. That is like always the scariest thing. When the mirror is fully 5-5, so you're just going off those player fundamentals, and the person who's more ready for it can always, really push it out. But LuFL, though, looking very different than the previous games, finding a big early hit, and now also locking Vincent down in the quarter, getting the charge overhead as well. So should be able to see a little bit of extra pressure right here, potentially. No, missed the full Rekkas.
Nice counter, though, on the side of LuFL. I like that, but now does get hit. Okay, is going to manage to close out the round. That was much more powerful and a much better assertion of what Phonon can do. Oh, I'm so sad that dropped. I really wanted that to keep working for them.
Yeah, just a little bit too late on the fireball right there. It happens to the best of us. Right now, you got to recontrol that neutral a little bit more. I think that's what LuFL sort of realized. They were kind of letting Vincent get away with whatever they wanted, and now fully shutting him down with this early pressure. Had that big green shield, but no throw punish on it. LuFL just trying to keep the cycle.
Ooh, the backdash did allow Vincent to get back into that. It was a really good use of the movement and action economy, really, of what was happening there. Nice challenges from LuFL, but a challenge again from Vincent getting so, oh my gosh, these confirms are just picture perfect. They are beautifully done. Oh, that chain shift for chain shift, and then was able to use the EX on top of it to close this round out. That was really cool.
It was unfortunate, back and forth 6 different times between the both of them. These minor things not going right, but Vincent, showing that, hey, Carmine wants to excel once we get into those little more scrambly situations, especially when they have meter on deck. But we're going to see something a little different this time. We're seeing Vincent get that game plan that we saw very similar to the first rounds that they were playing. But this time, LuFL has meter on deck. They can actually go for guard thrust if they see an opportunity. They can go for VO. They can go for EX Geyser. They can go for install if they're really feeling themselves. But they've got a lot of different tools on deck right here. That CS almost worked out for them, but has to hold the pressure. And no, you can't VO from that range.
No, that's so unfortunate. I mean, and that is one of the, you, Tabby, gave such a great, Excel spreadsheet breakdown of what you could have done.
What we have
with
coming up on Undernight is we've got Boltstruck versus riojin. Boltstruck, one of the premier Nanases through a lot of these net play series, has been really putting in a lot of the work, showing what this character can do. And riojin, another one of those players who really came up with UNI2, someone who I didn't really have any knowledge of in Uni player, but has been dominating the net play series. Very consistent top 8s with Hyde as their character of choice.
Yeah, look at this, though. The good old Nanase doing things, and, Nanase getting some pretty significant changes that made her much more menacing in this edition of Uni. And really like seeing the setups here. Oh, the backdash is beautiful. Her movement is becoming so devastating. And then you're seeing the Hyde, though, coming back. Hyde has a toolkit. I will quote my good friend Sammy Fish and say, why's he got all that?
Well, he's got all that because he's got to deal with people like Boltstruck, people who are ready to come at him and just try to shut him down, finding tools like that J2360 immediately at the round start, seeing how Issei wanted to run forward and just try to stop a lot of the movement that Boltstruck was going for earlier.
The overhead and then the grid break there too. Boltstruck doing so well here. Look at the space maintenance. Oh, and then using the creeping edge to get through that projectile from Hyde. There was the big disc that has been causing a lot of trouble. Backdash once again, and then just maintaining and keeping the space safe by using the projectiles from Nanase. Gotta be careful, that will hit you on the way back and do damage.
Yeah, and that's a big thing that you're seeing Boltstruck really try to go for, is finding these opportunities to stop what riojin wants to bring to the table. Right now, they're trying to bring all these J2360s, hit it with the air orbiters. Oh, big trade right here and a good CS to keep it on lock.
Nice use of the black orbiter there, and then first to second Sada. Love that so much. I'm a big Hyde fan, and just in general.
Ooh, big 6B right there. So you saw Boltstruck try to go for the sword car follow-up into a 2-2C to keep themselves safe, but riojin was already ready to challenge the 6-6B, or the 6B afterwards, and immediately shut down the little bit of gap that happens right there. Big 2-2B hit as well, but no big pickup.
No, they're at such even life. Yeah, using those concentrations to try and win the grid war, which does go in the favor of Boltstruck. And you can see immediately they CS, they use some EX, they've spent all the meter. What a low to open it up. Boltstruck is going to put one on the board.
Yeah, the classic right there. So you saw Boltstruck go for ADP whiff, C sword car, air sword dive, 214C. And it crosses them up, but the charge fireball set is still there and actually creates a cross-up opportunity. I think it still can fall under cross-up protection if they don't space it out properly, or they are a little too aggressive on the post, cross-through attempts. But it's still something you have to be worried about. And riojin was too focused on where Boltstruck was on the screen and not ready for the fireball coming in from behind with the steel chair.
With the whole steel chair. The way that you said that so calmly, I was like, with the steel chair. I was like, I was listening to that whole paragraph, and you smacked me with the steel chair verbally. You have to hold the mix-ups in game and on the mic, Gabe. You gotta be ready for anything that comes your way. I am holding the mix currently. I have been mixed. You know who else has been mixed right now? Well, it's Boltstruck, because they are caught in the Hyde blender, and they're going to become some sort of Nanase smoothie, and it's not going to taste very good. Maybe it tastes like strawberries. I don't know.
Well, at least tastes like a little bit of cell phone, because that'll definitely be blended up right there. Trying to bait out the aggressive option.
iPhone 3.
Oh, trying to go for C Tornado right there, but riojin already was closing the distance with the 60C right there, and ready to shut it down. Knock him all the way to the other corner as well. CS trying to catch him lacking, staying safe, but a great throw from Boltstruck. This is a chance to make a comeback this round.
I really like the awareness on the side. I'll come back to that, because right now Issei is just dominating in this round. So what I was going to say is I like the awareness that Boltstruck has, knowing exactly where they are in the Vorpal cycle every single time. That's why you see them going into concentration at really specific points, because they're getting that grid. Speaking of grid, Boltstruck no longer has theirs because they are broken.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you see at that upper, like, higher level play of Under Night, where you're intentionally dropping combos or giving up neutral situations to try to maintain the cycle. Because with how important chain chip as well as also your Vorpal tree is, especially for a character like Hyde who gets a lot of extra chip for it, it can be very, very important to keep it up. Riojin finding a route as well to make him move forward a little bit, keep that cycle again as well. But Boltstruck says that doesn't matter to me. I just need an opportunity to get out of there. See Sword Car gonna connect this time. And it should be enough to put him in a one-touch situation afterwards, if not kill right here.
Yeah, this is a one-touch and does get a tech on the gold throw. Now, advantageously did win that cycle, but it doesn't matter because riojin is playing the protagonist and did really protagonist things in that moment and was able to clutch the round out with some of those fabulous Hyde moves. Some of those moves look like they shouldn't hit as far as they are, but the way that you're able to input them with either an A or a B or a C, which does determine the distance of certain things, was just a very good awareness on the spacing. Good job from riojin.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job from Riojin. Boltstruck got a little cocky right at the very end, right there, going for the B sword into C follow-up, thinking that they were just going to autopilot into like Fireball or 2-2X or into 2FF, the forward F250 itself. But Riojin was just staying very patient because they knew if they made any mistake, it was going to put them, at the bottom of the that round. So instead, they got to be a little bit more aggressive now in this next set of games where they have more rounds to go, and a good throw bait right there with the J236B. Get some good damage off of it because Hyde gets about 4k off everything.
Because protagonist. Protagonist privilege here on display. But no, really also very good opening from Boltstruck. Going to be able to get at least 3k back in response to that 4 that Hyde did to them. Oh, I love that. The delay on that, and with a grid break as well, able to go in for a throw, make it very safe because the mix option was there. Did win the, well, actually did try to get a little bit charged to get more of the cycle. Riojin is stuck because of the grid break that they're currently having to suffer through. It did manage to make it through that. Ooh, there was that C disc, real scary. Those backdashes were risky, but paid off for Riojin.
Yeah, Hyde backdash is always very quick and stays in for a while. Tried to find that cross-up once again, but you actually saw Riojin get a little bit of walk back right there, so kept them on the same side and was able to punish them accordingly, and now able to punish them right at the beginning of this round start as well.
Good round start punish. I like seeing how confident Riojin has continued to grow throughout just this set. Now, if they win, they're going to be able to, well, never mind. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm like, holy moly, how have we just done this one thing right now? I am so sorry. This has been a fabulous set already, and I'm just excited about the things to come.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of exciting undernight action, and Riojin wants to make sure we get a little bit more of it in this game right here, finding a good two-way press to get out of the throw loop blender that Boltstruck had brought to the table.
All right, it's another throw, yeah? I dare you to do another one. Do it. Stop staring at each other!
Good VO right there, so Boltstruck couldn't go for dive and then CS afterwards to stay safe, but there is the C sword car coming out for Boltstruck. They're just constantly waiting for Riojin to throw out those projectiles out of full screen situation, because it's what they're very comfortable with doing. It's very core to how they like to play Hyde, so Riojin might need to find an adaptation to how they want to adjust to that if this gets a little bit later into the round again. But right now it's looking like it's their favor once more. Another J236X air orbiter route working out for them. CS as well, forcing them into the corner.
Oh, that move has done so much work. The heavy lifting for Riojin, beautifully done. Gonna be moving on into the winners finals.
Matchup with Vincent. But the Carmine mirror can always be a little weird. It's one of those that if one player really gets going, it can be very scary for the other one. So it makes sense for if Defiant's not feeling as comfortable in that, switch to another character, especially a character like Hyde, who they are incredibly comfortable.
Yeah, I have to say, though, the challenge that Vincent had, so there was that jump in the air from Defiant, and then using that charge 6B to just catch him right out of the air. It was like a fly swatter. It was really beautifully done. Grid break to Vincent is popping off right now.
Yeah, saw. Ooh, big 660 counter hit on even the post-TF situation. But Vincent has been doing a really great job of reacting to the initial fails. Saw that in the match versus Walter earlier, but we're seeing it again here. Immediately when those situations come up, he's getting that run-up throw or going for the low, guaranteeing themselves a good break and all that extra damage where they can. Definitely go on, even up the life totals and win for the B follow-up on the fireball, which is not something you normally see at that close of distance, but knew that Vincent wanted to press afterwards. So able to capitalize on that right there.
That was so well played on the side of Defiant. I really thought that Vincent had turned it around. This is such high-level gameplay. The low coming out there, just a regular little low from Vincent. He's going to be able to get this, yeah, nice 3K combo, get a bomb setup as well, or a puddle setup at least. 2 puddles. God, they're so willing to just stare at each other, and it upsets me.
Well, that's what you got to do sometimes in Undernight, because if you don't stare, you try to be a little bit aggressive, the other player can react and press accordingly, and Vincent got a lot of reward of doing that in this situation right here. Got a good hit into Bloodhouse. Able to go for the mixed bomb set, was still on there for the throw tech attempt, and Vincent tying up these rounds.
Very nicely done. Again, the back and forth, the conversation that these two are having is very high level. And the way that they're playing right now is so brilliant. They're just able to find the tiniest opening and blow it wide open. 1 bomb, 2 bomb. I can hear you at home cheering, and it makes me happy. The way that he just caught him out of the creeping edge. Disgusting.
Yeah, it's a huge thing that Vincent has been ready for, is all these roll attempts have been coming through.
With this fantastic rollback netcode that we have here. But right now, Vincent just kicking things off like nothing ever happened. And I love seeing that, you know, sometimes when those technical difficulties, whether online or offline, happen, it can really mess with your mental. But, you know, other times it doesn't. But unfortunately, Defiant is now getting back into it.
Yeah, Defi really putting in the works right here, and it's showing sort of the two different mindsets. To comment on what you were saying, it's the mindset of a uni fundamentalist who's able to get in at any time, versus Vincent, who's had to deal with some less than great PC ports in some of the games that they've played, so they know how to deal with these disconnects. But Defi wants to make the party start right here.
Are we invited to the party?
So far, it looks like Defi wants to keep it all to themselves with a near perfect in that first round right here.
Okay.
And trying to repeat it. Well, he wants to have his cake and eat it too right now, as he's getting a full route right here. No meter spent as well, and a good challenge on the creeping edge.
You know, I had said before that many of those creeping edges had gone unchallenged, and now Defiant is consistently challenging them. Defiant, do you have, like, a spot in my brain and you're reading those? Vincent was able to get, almost got 2 DPs off of that CDP and was able to challenge, but didn't end up getting the second one. Defiant, though, making some big strides and great moves. It does get opened up by Vincent here. I really like that bomb setup after the CDP. That's a really cool thing to be able to do. Yep, gonna get this great setup here. We get the 1, we get the 2. And creeping edge challenged.
Yeah, no grid break this time as it was later in it, so not very active frames, but Defi got out, which is very important after that last little interaction. Right. So able to keep Vincent locked into the corner. Oh, but
ooh, what an overhead. That's going to close this particular round out.
Yeah, Blood Rain putting in the work for Vincent right there at the very end. And finding another good extension right here. Gets the bomb to carry him out to the corner just a little bit more.
Alright, yep. Get this set up. I like a little concentration there as well. Very common to do that while you're sitting there. The second bomb. You didn't expect that, did you? This is very strong stuff from Vincent. 1 round away from moving on. Really a quarter of a life bar away from moving on, unless Defiant comes up with something very clever and tricky, which is not going to happen. So that means that Vincent will be moving on to the winners finals, and Defiant will be going to the loser side of this bracket.
You can still make a name for yourself and put in the work, and we can see which one of these players will make a name for themselves here. We got LuFL versus Keitoless on the loser side of our top 8.
I know, such a brutal loser's side of this bracket. So loser of this goes to Spectators bracket, but these are both murderers in their own right.
Absolutely. We saw Keitoless earlier and have a lot of these really big aggressions. Also, like, almost took Defi out on the pre-top 8 side of things. So definitely a lot to be worried about. And LuFL, though, trying to make a name for themselves after their match versus Vincent, but has to hold big corner pressure from Akatsuki, and that can be very scary.
Akatsuki in the corner is one of the most devastating places that you can be because of his, the fact that he's primarily short range, save like 3 moves. But this is such a combo and did a lot of damage, was able to even up the life pool almost exclusively through that single combo. Counter on both sides, but LuFL is the one to mentally recover first. Oh man, getting to cover so much space with that little hop kick as well. Gonna be able to close out the round. LuFL is terrifying when they get going.
Oh, absolutely. Some classic A-Geyser trades as well, showing that, hey, LuFL's ready for anything that Phonon wants to bring to the table. Good tech out, not getting gold thrown here. No push-ups today, but we're getting grid broken on LuFL's side.
Yeah, with this, and probably is going to get Celestial, which if you're going to get damage, it's 20% extra. Look at the damage output and what that means. Unfortunately, was caught in the animation for the projectile, which is now going to give LuFL the opportunity to turn things around, get potentially out. Nope. Never mind. I was going to say get him out of that Celestial, but it isn't going to matter.
Yeah, I really like that from Keitoless as well, just the immediate CS pop, knowing that they're probably going to lose the cycle afterwards, even if they don't find the interaction that they want at the very end right there. But still was able to actually clutch out with a quick little 5A. So LuFL now just going to play a little bit more patient, trying to save these more standard Phonon fireballs, trying to just keep Keitoless locked down and opening them up again and again and again.
LuFL is making these Phonon combos look incredibly simple, and they're not. They are not at all, and they made that look effortless. I love getting to see players that are so competent in their combos and so confident in the way that they're able to execute them, that you get to see these beautifully executed strings that are like, oh, I could totally pick up this character. That's really hard to do. So shout out to LuFL for making that look easy.
Yeah, and Akatsuki is another one of those characters. Like Keitoless, actually, there was a potential route that they could have gotten off of that weird, like, middle C fireball hit trade. But it's one of those things that, hey, we've got replay takeover. We can lab these things out, and you can, find all these crazy confirms a lot easier now. But LuFL wants to keep these confirms locked into their favor. Yes, the Geyser as well. Catch him crouch shielding in that situation a couple times. We knew that they could get the overhead punishment fireball right there.
I've been doing hosting for speedruns all week, and I've got to say, this is just a continuation on the theme. LuFL is speed running these rounds and is just trying to make it so that they can go face Boltstruck.
Yeah, sometimes you want to get these games done quick right here, and right now we're keeping up that momentum right there. Went for the install, but not able to make anything big happen after it, and as soon as I say that, they find that Geyser hit that allows extension.
All right, so we've got the setup here now. This is the first real opportunity we've seen Keitoless in several rounds. Yep, we're going to be able to get a little bit more of that corner pressure, the overhead as well. I'm curious if LuFL's going to try and tech out or just hold all of this damage. No, I like the backdash coming out of Keitoless there. It's really good defense with the standing up there, making sure that they weren't going to get hit. They did get grid broken with that grab, though. A little unfortunate, but I like the establishment of the spacing with the whip there. Does end up getting the round, but we did find a little bit of fighting back there from LuFL. I want to see more of that from Keitoless, but more defense from I don't know. I just want to see more. Give me more. Yeah,
definitely want to see more Under Night happening here from both players. Ooh, great air-to-air punish right there with DP, but LuFL actually does find a good confirm afterwards. Excellent. It can always be a little tough in some of these random scramble situations. CS to keep it safe. One thing I was about to say from Keitoless, we might be seeing a dash block come out right at the very end, but LuFL was ready for that situation and caught them with the low on the perfect to take that 1-2. You'll probably see a couple of those here. The walk speed in general makes her a little bit easier to deal with on some of the mobility characters like Hyde, but 214C now being projectile invul and being able to get through some of these max range orb sets if Vital wants to be a little bit more cautious. But here we go, a big assault out right there from Jenga, but it's not going to work out just yet as Vital is locking him down in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, Seth just excels at lockdown. It's one of the premier points of that character, but the DP is going to get Creme de la Meme out of there briefly. Okay, we have a good challenge, but oh, the sneakiness of Vital, the slipperiness of Seth, the combination is just brutal. And Wagner is having a little bit of trouble dealing with the movement options that Vital is putting out there with this.
Yeah, it is always a little hard to deal with is, you know, she has some shorter range normals, so it can be hard to deal with some things happening at full screen right here in Vital, taking opportunity of that to the first round. But you're seeing Creme do a really good job of constantly just keeping the aggression going. We saw all those big JBs destroying orbs as soon as they came down on deck, and you're seeing things like the DP attempts, but Vital's already setting themselves up for success to keep itself safe.
Good setup here with the continuation of the combo from Vital. Gets the orb, but unfortunately does get grid broken because of the way that Creme de la Meme was able to jump over things. Oh, that VO, it was just a hair off in terms of spacing. Not going to really be able to use any of that except just to like watch your poor EXS go away. And now with the counter hit, he's going to be able to open things back up for them. Thank you all for those code contributions, by the way. I do see those popping up. You're amazing.
Really, thank you all, but, you know, thank you to Vital for finding that opportunity to open them up right there. Oh, but no. Ooh. I think they thought that orb was going to connect right there to get the extension, but was just a little bit too late on it. C-Dive stays safe right here, and it was a great 2A to also check out the orb. 2A going to connect.
Okay, really good defense on the side of Vital. If I cursed you right now, buddy, I'm sorry. I did not. Vital was able to close out that round, close out the first game. Very excellently done. Like I was just saying, like the defense on the side of Vital was just really clean, and I like seeing that because, you know, sometimes we don't get to highlight that kind of gameplay when, you know, the aggression is so front and center, but we really did get to see it on display there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Creme is one of those players who, like you're seeing, they're bringing out every tool in the kitchen sink available to try to open people up. So Vital able to stay cautious and not take any of those big baits. And as I say that, they got hit with a 6-6B and a 6-6B yet again. Going for those new routes as well to get a little bit of extra damage. Trying to open them up. Big green shield, though, keeps them safe.
Oh my goodness, what a way to challenge that aggression though from Vital. Is going to finish out this combo, probably get around, what, 3.8, 4-ish at the end of it. No, there's 3.3, but the orb there, Creme de la Meme tried to challenge, but that orb was right behind you. It's right behind you! And it's also in front of you because Seth is everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. Good challenge from Creme de la Meme though. Gonna be able to add a bunch of damage on here. It's not going to kill, but it is certainly going to hurt.
Yeah, it is definitely like a very, very scary situation. You're now seeing Creme. Oh, great right there. Using the assault to try to catch out the orb to make it go into the, have the follow-up go into the sky while staying on the ground to try to open Vital up. But Vital prepared for that situation already with this opportunity. You going to cash out the meter to close it out, or are you going to go for a once more and risk it all? No, we're cashing that IW out and should be able to lock in only one more round away.
Every time I think that Creme de la Meme has got a foothold in things, they don't. And I feel like that's really the power of Seth and Vital's hands. I don't want to say it's the power of the character. It's the power of the way that Vital is playing this character.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Vital has just been very on point to find situations like that with 5cc to catch Creme backing out and not wanting to, you know, be as committal with some of their offensive options because it wasn't working before, but Vital wants to show that it's not going to work at all.
Oh my gosh, what a setup here. Oh, I was really concerned that Creme de la Meme was going to get hit by that orb behind them again. That's what got them killed in the previous round. But now, I don't know. Okay, we got some really good, like, ideas. But now I feel like Creme de la Meme is swinging for the fences and forgot the ball.
Well, sometimes that's what you have to do, and I think we hit the back of Fenway Park right here as we're just trying to get all these different openings available. And I really like this high momentum gameplay that they're bringing to the table, right? Like, it's forcing Vital to make these a little bit more aggressive and committal decisions so we can find opportunities like this to open them up once more, and Creme staying alive.
Phew, they really needed that round big time. Oh, okay. I understand the round opener, but I'm not sure that I like getting to spend all of that meter when you could have probably used it later. You're going to gain it back fairly quickly, to be fair, but, you know, sometimes you got to take that risk and see if you get the reward. No reward today, friendo. You're just going to get chopped in the neck and then caught by an orb from Seth.
Yeah, right now Vital is looking for the reward where they can get it, getting some good old pressure come through. Tried to go for up back dive kick into like 2TC or something to stay safe, but was able to find something in the minus frames afterwards, actually.
Set up here. Just aggression. Yeah, getting both the sword and the shield buff, becoming particularly dangerous in that form for Wagner. But Vital is just gonna jump right in, no fear. However, no fear in the return from Creme de la Meme. They are gonna get both the sword and shield back. We did have, oh yeah, they CS so they could see what was going on, did Vital. Both the Creme de la Meme challenging in the air has been crucial to winning these rounds.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think a big thing is like something you were commenting on it where it was like, oh, they just kind of feel like they're like, you know, they're swinging out. They're throwing these B drills up into the sky, and it's like, what are they doing? These JBs that are just kind of like wild Vital up once they weren't prepared for it. So it's a cautious mix of how they want to be bringing everything. That's what you're seeing right here with that early stagger pressure. But Vital, once again, like I said, played patient and found that opportunity to find a good hit.
Yeah, that was very, very well done on their side. The orb, too, you know, it caught me off guard, even though it didn't actually do anything except, you know, create a no-fly zone for Creme de la Meme. It was well placed, and so now, yeah, okay, we do get the invincible counter, but Vital's still sitting in an excellent play. What a challenge, that was cool.
Yeah. And there we go, that's that new 214C just blowing through the orb, trying to stay up close, didn't want to lose any of that screen space, but Vital, once again, playing patient, found that opportunity where Creme was going to throw something out and punished accordingly.
Potentially last round here in this game, but Creme de la Meme has the opportunity to tie it back up and we could have another final game, final round. We've actually had several of those tonight, and that makes me really happy because it's great to get to see those, great to get to see that high-level gameplay. Right now we are seeing a lot of high-level defense in the side of Vital, which I've already complimented. I cursed you that time. That's my fault, buddy. I'm going to hold that L for you.
Yeah, Creme saw the green shield and tried to go for a punish as well before, so instead they're just going to get their own punish 2 times over. Kill right here, yeah, with the end of the C drill. Wow, both these players now match point.
Sitting. But, I mean, they're both, well, I mean, Creme de la Meme has some EXS to catch up on. Vital does spend 100 of it there, gets that hard knockdown as well. Ooh, caught by the off-screen orb. It was barely visible, but Creme de la Meme jumped at just the wrong time. Creeping edged out of the way of the orb, but unfortunately Seth was waiting on the other side. This is a huge, huge combo. Could end with just EXS. No, you get the Spear Ender and then into the IW.
Yeah, we'll guarantee to close it out there with a nice and clean 5K, getting that Vorpal bonus as well. Vital taking that one 2-1. This will be another like very interesting matchup because Boltstruck is a player who I feel like is generally very confident in their game plan, but LuFL is one of those people who likes to change things up, likes to keep people on their toes, just like that early assault into the low immediately out of round start. That's not something you're seeing every Phonon player want to bring to the table.
Oh, Tampa never sleeps with our wonderful friends Lucas, Jatsu, and Zero. Thank you so much for bringing all the Grand Blue folks over here today. Welcome to TNS UNI2 action. We're glad to have you here. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope everything went well for you over there. We're going to wrap this night up with some very exciting Uni action, so thank you so much for joining us right now where LuFL is running a train on Boltstruck.
Yeah, but Boltstruck found an opportunity to get out and reset to a neutral situation. Tried to go for the C Fireball sets right here, but LuFL just stayed very, very calm, very cautious, found that opportunity to get the full punish that they were looking for.
What's good, goats? No, you goats. I hope you guys had a fabulous stream and that all of that Arc World Tour stuff went really well. But we are actually, in case you are just now joining us, this is the losers quarterfinals. This is LuFL versus Boltstruck. LuFL having taken out Keitoless prior to this, Boltstruck put into losers by riojin is where we're at now.
Yeah, and right now where we are is actually the corner of the screen as Boltstruck was pulling them all the way there with the 214C. Big CDP not able to get the full damage extension as it was like a kind of a weird angled hit of it, but LuFL found a way to get out, found a way to keep it close, and that Geyser's gonna connect, but no big confirm, so we'll just find it on this hit instead.
Whoa, my goodness, that is a really angled move. Like, there's just a lot of verticality to it from Nanase, and was just so well calculated. Once again, creeping edge is punished. I feel like that is the story of today. There have been several creeping edges that came out today, and I gotta say, like, only 2 have been successful. Most of them have been punished pretty heavily.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you have to be very careful when you bring it out, because if players are ready for it, that they're just gonna blow you up for it. Not everyone is, as it's a tool that you don't see like brought out that much, because people are afraid. It is a little high risk, high reward. But right now, the players in this game are looking to even things up. No creeping edges on deck, only those drops, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they just looked each other in the eye and was like, I dare you to move first. But right now, Boltstruck was able to throw Phonon out of the corner. I'm not sure if that's really what they wanted. This is more of a set to neutral. Does try to go for that really beautiful angled kick. Does not pay off this time. LuFL was blocking and then all of a sudden just got hit. It's like they ran out of action economy and that was it.
Yeah, and sometimes that happens. Like, Boltstruck is a player who's very good at layering, like, mental stack on top of people, and Nanase is a character that gets a lot of advantage out of it. You were talking about that 3C earlier. It's a tool that you don't see come up too often in a lot of other matchups, because it's very rare that Nanase actually gets a chance to be up close and use it as a mix-up opportunity. But Boltstruck knows that they can do it if you're up close versus a Phonon. Because they don't have like as good of Abare options, at least not as like committal Abare options. Okay, thank you for don't pick Uzuki, LuFL. Your Uzuki is not ready for this. You got to get through Boltstruck. You got to stick with what you know.
Are you saying they don't know Uzuki?
I'm not saying they don't know Uzuki. I'm just saying their Phonon is stronger, and Boltstruck has proven to be a very like strong player. So you got to bring out the things that you can guarantee yourselves wins with, because we've seen them do it before. We've seen those rounds go into their into their favor, and it's been very, very close.
I love LuFL in chat. It says, Lamau, let me be free. No, we are Phonon gaming, as my dear friend Avatar Yaya says in chat. And also wanted to shout out my good friend Bryce chillin' in chat as well. Shout outs to everybody who came over from that Grand Blue stream. We love seeing you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for some more good hit confirms right here, LuFL. Yeah. I've been really on point, like loving their install confirms. It's not something that I've been seeing too much from a lot of other Phonon players, but they have been really enjoying it, just at least as almost a Roman cancel for some extra confirms.
Ooh, went in for a throw there to Boltstruck, was able to recover just because of Nanase's, extensive movement, and did manage to close that out. But it was looking scary for about 3.2 seconds while Nanase was in the air struggling what to do. It didn't get anything there, does LuFL, but is trying really hard to just get anything going on.
Yeah, right now they were trying to find a throw, but they'll find it after that tech situation instead.
Okay. Whoa, Sword Car is going to get heavily punished here. I want to see a really decent sized combo, honestly. This is what LuFL needs to just, regain the momentum in this match. Okay, that'll reduce 3.6k. That's a good chunk of Boltstruck's life, but Boltstruck, I just feel like, has no fear and jumps right in, is going to maintain and regain the corner here. That C disc, it's so reminiscent of what Milia would do in the start of Strive with the mix-up option, and continues to do in Strive. We just don't see it as frequently. Wins the cycle as well. Oh my goodness, Boltstruck is going to punish this VO.
Yeah, excellent patience right there. Knew something was going to come up, because they've seen how LuFL has been wanting to do something that's a wake-up option over and over and over in all these games, so they were just waiting for what was going to come out. It ended up being VO, and they ended up finding the great punish to close it out. Boltstruck taking it 2-0 over LuFL, the third Defiant character in Lundrekia versus Vital Hazard on the set here for our other losers quarter match.
Yeah, if you all saw me with that evil grin, it was because Defiant brought out the Lundrekia. I feel like anytime Defiant is brought into a very high pressure situation, that's when we see the Lundrekia. Lundrekia is like the final boss. I talked about it a lot earlier. We saw that pretty frequently throughout the lifespan of this game, but in particular, of course, that win at Frosty Faustings. Haven't really seen a win since then with this character, but it still is a menace, especially with all of the menacing moves that we saw in that top 6 at EVO 2024.
Yeah, Laundreckia is a character who I would say, out of all the characters that Defiant plays, is the most freeform. And I think that's something that is very akin to how characters that are in that higher strength tier for Under Night are in this version, is like how agile can you be in the moment of decision making. And Defiant has been showing that as long as you are ready for whatever situation can be brought to the table, you can capitalize on it. Just like that, finding that good 5B anti-air of all things off the fastball, or the air like fastball that Vital did right there, into a flower set as well, just constantly keeping the momentum down.
And the way that Defiant is so unafraid to run up with those flower setups there as well, it's just and you're talking about mental stack. I feel like Defiant takes that mental stack and checks the entire stack out from the library and just leaves it at your house and say, deal with it.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what you have to do, and Vital wasn't ready for it. They left their library card at home, and Defiant took game number 1.
Yeah, very strong display of skill. I like the way that you highlighted the freeformness of Laundreckia, because I feel like with some of the most high-level gameplay that we see, you know, in that mid to high tier, there's a lot of clean execution. There's a lot of well-practiced combos. In the highest tier, in that real upper echelon of players, you see this beautiful new structure of characters that is able to be just completely changed on a whim. And you see that right there with that jump overhead. And that's a decision-making process that you are able to do because you know that character's moveset inside and out.
Yeah, oh, great mix right there. Got the spacing on there to actually go for the left or right, but Vital was prepared for it, but not prepared for the little follow-up right here. Definitely should be able to close this out as well if they want to spend 200 meter, but then they will, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. Go ahead, spend it. You've been doing fine, and so why not go ahead, use that clean, you know, end it cleanly. Holy wall bounds, good lord, that man was in another state.
Yeah, Vital going for that aggressive 660 because they know Defi likes to like kind of just walk back or step away in a lot of these round start situations. So you're able to capitalize on that in some situations. There's some very, very great stuff, and also a great grid break right there. Catch and Defiant. I didn't even see fully. Well, I got him right here, but we will know that the CDP ender right there. Big JC. Get out of the corner.
That was a very, you know, even though that it didn't get any damage, it was the fact that you got out of the corner for free. That was a free get out of the corner card. And then, yeah, going ahead and mixing up that Rekka as well. Does get caught there with the counter from Vital. Oh my god, where did the orb go? It doesn't matter. How did you do that? That was the biggest brain thing I've ever seen.
That was really, really smart of Defiant right there. And actually, that being the thing that closes out that round for them is crazy.
And to help answer the questions as we continue, because there are some more detailed things that Tabby and I are not able to explain, just because, you know, we have to keep moving with the momentum of things. And so it's great to have you all here to help with that. We really appreciate you.
Absolutely, as well as if this is your first time seeing Under Night, you're interested, the Under Night Discord is filled with people like that who will answer your questions any hour of the day. So make sure to check that out if you are interested. Right now, the only thing I'm interested in is this ender right here, going for C Rekka because they want that full corner extension. Riojin gets out of the C grab attempt as well from Vincent, saying, nah, you gotta hold all the Hyde pressure here.
Which is an incredible amount of pressure. Oh, I really wanted Vincent to do more with that. You had the confirm, but unfortunately it did not work out. Oh, that big hit was like one of the only times it's never worked out for Hyde in history of the game.
Yeah, that DP is well whiffing right at like the tip right there. Like Riojin had the right plan for it. They were ready to punish Vincent for that up back, but Vincent not extending out their hurt box actually kept them safe right there. So good stuff right here. And now you get to play EX Carmine. This is a big opportunity for Vincent.
Oh, this is gigantic. Yeah, you could close out the round without even spending meter. That is a really great way to close things out, and is going to start this in a very advantageous position, both Sky with all of the puddles and the fact that you have 200 EXS. They're really fighting for control of the Vorpal cycle right now. It is going to go to Vincent, and that's a very, very good start for him.
Yeah, and that's what Vincent wants, right? Because you keeping the chip damage away from Hyde off their Whirlpool trade is actually something that is very underappreciated in this matchup. Ooh, big red beat for an extension right there. Because like Hyde already deals a lot of chip damage, I think the most in the game. So just keeping that chip damage as small as possible if you do lose it means that Carmine gets to stay safer and play their game plan exactly what they're looking for.
Big hits coming out here. Yeah, just so trapped in this corner. This is a really unfortunate position for riojin to be in, taking a lot of damage here. Vincent with the power play is going to be able to do a lot of damage. Yeah, you're not dead. Now you're dead. Okay, I was about to have a certified Sajam moment there. Like, just submit it to Sajam. Somebody submit that to Sajam.
I lost channel points. I lost channel points 100% right there. I was like, okay, yeah, route into IW, you got that. But no, was clipped out right at the very, very end right there. Still, Vincent able to keep
it did kill in the end. Will it kill? Not that combo, but Vincent will.
Yeah. Yeah, Vincent, you know, like, it still kept it on lock, because that's something that always happens as players. They drop it, and then they're like, oh, you know, you have that during the IW, you're like, oh, it's going to kill. I'm going to use this as my time to mentally reset. And then having to lock right back in and get on hold of that is always a very, very scary thing.
And very impressive mental fortitude on the side of Vincent.
Here we go. Just the classic zoning game plan, trying to set those puddles and checking riojin right here, and then there we go. As soon as they get comfortable blocking, you go for the run up 5BB, able to completely shut them down with the good old Bloodhouse 1-2, buckle my shoe.
3-4, shut the door, because this might be totally over. Yeah, you're donezo.
Yeah, and that's the dominance that Vincent really likes to bring into a lot of these games, right? They're constantly trying to check you. They're constantly trying to make sure that you don't get a moment to breathe. Right, riojin able to VO out of the post plus frame situations to stay safe. No punish on the creeping edge though. Vincent now able to get out and try to make their turn happen. Oh, big wheel!
That wheel in the air just taking riojin totally out. The air is really a place where Hyde excels and is often pretty unchallenged. And Vincent said, I have this whole toolkit, buddy, and just clipped him with the wheel. And now in the blink of an eye, back in this corner. Okay, we got counters on both sides, so riojin wasn't able to take advantage of all of the projectiles that they're putting out. The puddles were really helpful. Now we have the grid break into the corner. Everything is coming up. Vincent, reminded this is 3 out of 5, so Vincent's sitting in a pretty fabulous place. And this time, the combo is going to kill.
Yeah, had the grid break and the Vorpal cycle as well for extra damage, so Vincent able to guarantee to lock that in. One thing I want to point that I did not know until just now is so Carmine bomb set can destroy projectiles. It doesn't happen a lot, but it can happen. Vincent actually just showed that it can destroy a full charge 2FF from Hyde, which I did not expect, because that is a 2-hit.
Oh, that's a really good piece of information, because 2FF is something that Hyde players can just wreck their opponent with.
Yeah, and so now, like, it's definitely something that I don't think you want to bring out, like, all the time, but it's a tool that, at those close range situations as well, it stops the Hyde player from coming to you, because now you've destroyed the projectile and have a bomb set in front of them. That can be very, very scary, or lead to situations like that where you're able to move the bomb right under them, and then try to get a good mix-up. But riojin just shielding out, trying to gain the cycle here. Vincent not going to pop the Celestial of their own, because they don't need it. They just need that big opportunity to open them up.
Oh, one of the worst feelings I feel like as an observer is seeing that beautiful, bright glowing celestial bar and knowing that person got it because they couldn't play the game.
Yeah, and you can't play the game once more. Vincent was ready for that guard thrust as well. We'll gain the cycle back in addition, go into that IW, and close out that combo right here and close out the round with it.
What can riojin do to come back in this?
So I think a big thing is something like that. So going for the J6C to actually try to check those air-to-air options, because Vincent has been loving just going into the air and setting puddles, setting wheel, doing whatever they want, and riojin hasn't really been able to contest it. Another big thing is not allowing yourself to be put in situations where you're allowing Vincent to get out of the corner, like the Zabari situation. But riojin stayed patient and was able to find an opportunity to actually hold him back down. And now you just have to make sure that you can catch things like Creeping Edge, things like C Command Grab, things like Blood Rain, which riojin has been doing perfectly this whole round.
Wow, I feel like that could have been in a documentary of how to play Hyde. Right there, that's how you play Hyde. I was just slack-jawed looking at that, and the way that you explain that, once again, Tabby is, if y'all don't know Tabby, please go follow Tabby for incredible information and knowledge and all of this, and also just because Tabby's super cool and is able to explain things like that with ease. But right now, with ease, is riojin spending that 200 meter. And, why, Vincent, how are you so good at this video game?
Sometimes, it's like we were saying with riojin, has that main character trait to it. Vincent right now wants to be the main character of this story, and sometimes you have to be the bad guy for it, getting the IW right at the very end. Vincent with the clean 3-0.
Carmine just thinks he's bad to the bone. I need him to get like a temporary tattoo. All codes claimed before losers finals, before losers semis. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. But yeah, Defiant, feeling the pressure still. I mean, Boltstruck is an incredibly strong Nanase player.
Yeah, honestly, if you had asked me before this tournament who our winners finals was going to be, it was going to be these two players. So it's definitely like the caliber of play that you're getting at this point is something that you have to be ready to bring out all the guns for. And Defiant, like when Defiant brings out Londrekia, that's when he's like, okay, I gotta clock in. I gotta start trying to win this.
Yeah, lock in, clock in, and I was trying to think of something clever, and then I just lost all of the cleverness. But what was very nice there is that in that chain shift moment, that Boltstruck saw it, was aware of the situation, just backed off. I like the neutrality of that. Don't challenge it. Don't try to do anything crazy, but was able to just be like, no, I'm going to reset and let you see that I yield and respect.
Yeah, Nanase is actually a character that, she's very aggressive, right? You see her as more a traditional rushdown character, but she actually has a very solid neutral game that she can bring to the table and even deal with a character like Londrekia with relative ease with a lot of her good options. So sometimes just backing off is the right play because you get situations like that. Boltstruck ready for the attempt to go into Ice Rain for Defi to try to reset neutral and clip them with the JC to even up those life totals.
This is very even, like you just mentioned, Tabby. The neutral games here, the back and forth, the sort of the mental establishment of dominance is so back and forth. That is finally Boltstruck is the one getting to open up things a little bit more here. Does have 200 excess if they want to spend it, spends 100 there. Oh, and then using that really good force function. Why they gave Londrekia that really good force function when it already had the 4C set that's really similar? I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you just have to be prepared for. It is something that just gets blown up with throws, so you can get a quick little run-up throw right there. But Defi cash out with all that meter they saved from the last round that Boltstruck clutched right at the very end into this big hit right here. Now staggering out, trying to get them to bait into a throw because they want that big freeze confirmed, but they can't find it just yet.
No, not quite. Okay. Ooh. This corner pressure is really strong from Boltstruck. Yeah, gonna go ahead and, that's a lot of meter, but that is a lot of damage. But yeah, 4.01, I guess. 4.08.
Yeah. Boltstruck finding that reward as well off of like the guaranteed 50-50, so Defi just had to guess, like, are they going to go high or low off that interaction, and was still able to find right. Great dash block from Boltstruck right there, able to not get stuck into a crazy corner situation, able to keep it safe as well with the throw, but Defi uses the 5B.
That was brave, but it worked.
Oh, there we go. Big 3C right there. Low profiling itself over the quick little hop of the TK3 J3B.
That corner coming in here. Oh my goodness, yeah, the counter Defiant is just able to poke, and what I really like about that is they were ready for that to work. They were just like, okay, I'm confident that this is going to hit, and that happens. The sword card does not net anything. The Ice Rain able to just, maintain pressure, maintain the situation in favor of Defiant. The low does open Boltstruck up, but Boltstruck kind of popped out of the combo at the very edge of that ice. Defiant with the backdash, and then crossing through backdash once again. The throw from Boltstruck, though.
Yeah, and now Boltstruck is going to find an opportunity to space out of that force function DP right there, like knowing the exact pixel spacing that you want to be to get the full punish. Goes for 2-2B as well to stay plus. Defi did walk into it to try to mess him up, but it didn't mess him up enough. And that's Boltstruck taking game number 1.
This is going to be our final 2 out of 3. So Boltstruck is one game away potentially from moving to losers finals, but potentially knocking Defiant out of this bracket, which, I mean, you said, Tabby, earlier that, that is not unheard of, certainly, but especially with the way the Boltstruck is playing, but Defiant on this Lundrecchio, also, like you said, this is usually the unserious card, so I want to see what Defiant does to sort of prove that they deserve to keep moving on in this bracket.
Yeah, and I think traditionally as well on this head-to-head, it does go towards Defiant, so it'll be interesting to see if Boltstruck can keep the pressure, but right now, Defiant knows that they're playing on the back foot, so they have to go all out, keeping this early pressure and keeping these throw attempts.
Okay, yeah, just lets themselves fall, didn't really tech up too quickly. A lot of pressure coming out here. He has to be really careful because that freeze is out. Yeah, could get full frozen, doesn't matter. They would have been full frozen on that, but Defiant does take the round. I liked how much more assertive the game plan was in that particular round.
Yeah, and I think that's a big thing that Defiant was kind of like lacking on his in this specific match right here, because they've been swapping between characters enough. They weren't fully committed to the Lundrecchia mindset of what you need to do versus how a player wants to play and also how a character wants to play. So seeing it now in full force is very, very good. Tried to force you to open him up, bait him out, but Boltstruck waited until the next interaction to get the rollout. Good pressure right here and a great blocks from Boltstruck.
Yeah, the fact that Boltstruck was able to block in 3 different directions, the only place they didn't have to block was from the 4. Really well done, and then maintained the mental fortitude to continue moving forward, get a confirm on a combo, is now putting Defiant into the corner. Yeah, ooh. Okay, I really like the fact that they had the C-disc that went off of the screen, used that time to go in for the throw. It was a gold throw. Defiant was able to tech that, and now get poor Boltstruck into the corner. Boltstruck is now out of the corner, and Defiant has turned into Nanase's little basketball after school.
Yeah, absolutely. Just looping him over again and again. Blocks the overhead this time, though. CS after the throw whip to stay safe and punishes Defiant's attempt to punish them, but can't kill just yet as the combo scaled a little too much on the hit stun right there. So Defi still has an opportunity to open him up, but the JC connects for him. And that should do it potentially. Yeah, this is good.
Wait. That was intense. The Boltstruck's, yes, I know that Defiant won that game, but like Boltstruck won my heart with that blocking.
Yes, yeah, Boltstruck was very on point on that defense right there. It was up until right at the very end, which is very indicative of Defiant, right? They're someone who's willing to play that war of attrition against people and go down to the wire. They're one of the people who I think has the most timeout wins back in the Uniclair days. So they're willing to go the distance and do whatever it needs to take these rounds.
Yeah, look at what that win has done for Defiant. This is the Defiant that everybody knows, loves, has seen repeatedly. The perfect, just working on that multiple icicle setups too, just trapped in that, gets the throw as well. And then, yeah, Ice Flower coming out, all the backdash on that fake out throw. Could have gotten a little bit more for the damage, but you know what? You're playing the video game. I'm not. I trust your judgment, friendo.
Absolutely right there, and great patience. Didn't see Fireball, saw the Fireball and didn't see Dive afterwards, didn't see a meter spin, knew that they were just going to fall right on top of you with no recovery and get that little punish right there. Defiant now only sitting 1 round away after a perfect closing this one out, but Boltstruck wants to try to make that story the same.
I mean, Boltstruck certainly has the mental capacity to do this and the fortitude as well. The held on to the C disc, didn't send it off screen. That was something that was really, advantageous for them earlier. That time does, but because of the tech throw, the disc is not going to come back. Overhead doesn't work, and as somebody in chat said, if it doesn't work, do it again. That time chose to go with the Rekka string instead, has a lot of grid on the side of Defiant. If they manage to keep this going, could end up in Celestial, which would be just absolutely devastating for Boltstruck's life bar.
Yeah, actually gonna be just slightly outside. Oh no, gets the charge at the very end, so we'll be in Celestial. They opted for the Rekka series before to try to get that extra corner carry instead of going for the side swap. And so here we go, good 5BB right there.
I'm curious to see how this goes. I mean, if you get the win on it, sure, cool, you're up around, but then you're kind of locked into that character for the next round. I like how Defiant is just sort of playing this like, bro, what are you doing, game? Like, there's definitely an unsureness to the start of this from Defiant because he's just really unclear as to the intentions of this.
Yeah, and it's sometimes you like want to try to use that surprise factor, right, to get people, but if you're trying to bring that out versus someone as seasoned as Defiant, it can always be a little risky if you're not at the if you're not on all. Oh yeah, you're not all in the on game right here, and Defiant taking advantage of that with this big confirm.
You have to be firing on all cylinders to not only to play a character that you've not really, shown, but also one that your opponent is incredibly well versed in, both as a player and both playing into. Like, you're not going to bring out something that Defiant has never seen, except for the fact that he's not seen you play this character.
Yeah, it's especially someone like Defiant, who was the random select character, the main for the longest time. They know how all these characters function at a very, very high level and can try to make that work. You already saw that, knowing hey, you want to try to go for the command grab here, and I'm just gonna immediately punish you for it with the TK little hop right there. Hit him with the J3B.
Yeah, Defiant playing confidently now, sort of seeing the game plan that riojin is going for. You say, we're using those names interchangeably because they go by both. But that is one for Defiant. If riojin doesn't switch characters, I'm shocked.
Yeah, they wanna rock it and lock it. So let's let them have it as we get into the second game. This is losers finals.
Right.
It is 3 out of 5. They can switch afterwards if they want to, but maybe they're someone like Defi's very committed to a single character on the winner side, then on the loser side they'll open up. So riojin might be wanting to follow in those kind of footsteps and be like, all right, I got as far as I could with the Hyde, let's see what we can do with the Carmine. But right now all you're seeing is the corner as Defiant immediately finds a good early hit and a great side swap as well.
Yeah, I mean, so using that Rekka string to be able to get out you're making it weave in and out. You weave better than a basket weaver. My goodness, this is crazy movement. Look at the back and forth here. Look at the speed run that Defiant is putting out here. Look at the absolute Lungerekia tutorial that we have been blessed with on this fine day.
Yeah, I mean, this is like you were saying, as a tutorial, it's a masterclass even of how you want to be playing with this character. Just having the confidence, trying to catch him out with things like 66B and 66C, but now Defiant playing very patient, letting them come to them, and riojin finally getting a big hit of their own.
Yeah, I like that there is a plan. I would like to see more of the plan. I'm not sure if the plan is complete. Okay, all right, we're seeing more complete of the plan. It might be a brochure and not a book, but we're getting there.
Yeah, but sometimes it's all you need if the plan leads into guess high-low, into loop it back over again. And there we go, already ready for the creeping edge, tossed him out of it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Defiant. The way that Defiant just stuck out the sword and said, game ends now, thank you. That little hop back was very cute, but the ice rain does okay. riojin gets around on the board. I apologize for the doubt.
Was trying to prove the doubters wrong, but Defiant said, okay, everybody gets one. Everybody gets one. This time you gotta hold it. We're gonna do a repeat of what we were doing before and lock you down. And this time, even when you tech out, I'm baiting that VO regardless.
This is a lot of meter. This is a lot of resources on the side. Yeah, go ahead, spend the 200 IW because you've got an easy 100 in your pocket if you choose to CS. If you're Defiant, But right now, Defiant, true to his name, defying the laws of the game and just not letting Riojin play the video game that they paid money for.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes you just pay to block.
Usually that's me. I won't lie. It's me. I pay to block.
Well, sometimes it's got to be all of us now, as Defiant able to take another round. Riojin locking in as well. That was the instant mash rematch. That wasn't even like, let me think about it. They were ready. They were ready and willing to be locked into that Carmine. And I like their Carmine once they're able to get the looping set play going. But I kind of like all Carmines once they get to that point. It's going to just be interesting to see how you deal with Defiant in the neutral situation. And right now, you're looking off to a better start than you were before. And as soon as I say that, you get opened up.
The commentator's curse is a very real thing. If you choose to become a commentator, anybody in chat, please know that you wield unspeakable power.
Whoa, combos be upon me, as Defiant able to find another hit outside of that. Once again, getting the cross up as well, but Riojin not wanting to hold it, just wanting to VO to keep himself safe. Ice Rain coming through.
Oh, that's a big punish.
Yeah, I'm curious on that, because I feel like it was a very high risk, not a lot of reward after that, because you weren't winning the round off of an IW interaction right there. But the options that Riojin took, and sometimes we have to deal with the consequences of our own actions right here, as Defiant has been confidently put in the corner.
Yeah, the Ice Rain too. The Ice Rain back off, get my own situation set up is just something that we've seen so consistently from Defiant month after month with this game. And oh my god, the fake out grab, the immediate awareness to know that didn't work because of the way that Riojin was playing. Okay, Riojin got like a hit in. Proud of you, buddy. Well done. Did win the cycle, but then the force function from Defiant going to be, oh my god, that worked twice. Make it nice, as my good friend St. Cola would say.
He's looking for it again. I knew it. I felt it in my bones that Defiant was looking to close that last round out with the DP right there. And sure enough, that's what they got. Like you were saying, yeah, Vincent did take it over Defiant too. Oh, but that was Defiant on Hyde, right? That's also Defiant on the winner side of the bracket. That's not as nearly as confident of a Defiant for a lot of these situations. So now we'll see the pressure building up right here. Just a quick, easy smart steer ender and an immediate grid break as well. Vincent already off to the races, saying, hey, you gotta be ready for me. You've dealt with one Carmine, you gotta deal with another one.
Yeah, I mean, Vincent feeling the power of his Oshi Fauna as she performed so beautifully in that HoloLive concert tonight, and just ripping Defiant apart right now.
Yeah. Not even giving Defiant a chance to breathe, and basically that was a perfect for Vincent. Vincent's own moves didn't cost out, right? Right.
I know somebody said it in chat. Like, Carmine will never get a perfect. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's physically impossible.
Yeah. But technical perfects are sometimes just as good as perfects. Hit him with the single bomb set on the mid-screen, because double bomb isn't as scary, and we keep ourselves safe right here. Vincent gonna get another knockdown, has the meter build as well. We'll see Bloodhouse, there we go.
Yep, we got those two bomb setups as well, the wheel overhead. This is just, I mean, textbook Carmine gameplay. You have to know where the high-low is. The one hit of the force function, not the second. Interesting choice from Defiant, and worked out in their favor.
Yeah, the second hit will knock him back further on the screen in the post-tech situation, so Defiant knows that they want to keep him close because they wanted to make sure that they're not able to get too far away and try to zone him out, and if they find a hit like this, that they're able to lock him down in the corner, get that IW confirmed with extra damage, and close out that round.
Nice return from Defiant there. All I see is, he's saying in chat, my karma's almost there, trust. I'll trust you this time. Thank you for enlightening us as to that. Just as Defiant is enlightening Vincent to what exactly the detail is of this beautiful training stage corner, as they do manage to get out of there, but there was a long time spent over there.
Yeah, it's the only green squares you're seeing in this version of Under Night right here, but a good grid break coming out for Vincent as well, finding the quick little high as Defiant thought they were going to be going low, so gets that extra damage with it, gets all that extra bomb sets as well, tossing them out once more, saying, you got to hold all this.
Oh my god, just got kicked in the face and then hit with the butt of the sword. Doesn't get hit by the blood rain, though. Good stand-up the block low, react high is a real thing that you should be doing in this video game. Ice Rain does come out, and then, you know, Defiant is so good about making sure that this opponent is always in that, like, one-touch ice state. And there it is, you get caged, and you're gonna, with the C... CDO, you did.
It's keep it simple. Defiant is the master of something that I feel like I've been repeating myself for 4 years. If you can press 3 buttons to win the game, press 3 buttons to win the game. Don't try to be fancy. Don't try to do like, I'm gonna do my hard route to stunt for the Twitch stream. No, take those wins where you get them. ABC, ABC, GG's, shake my hand. Defiant up 1 game.
In case you are new to the way that this works, Defiant will have to reset the bracket. Vincent has not yet lost. This is a double elimination tournament. We'll have to win 6 not necessarily in a row, but we'll have to win 6 games in order to secure the victory. But well on their way of resetting the bracket with the 1 here. Already has yet the ice cage up. Did he start trying to go for a throw? That was a really odd little, like, animation.
Yeah, I'm not too certain right there, but a good JC into the fuzzy of their own saying, you can do that, I can do it as well. And Defiant's currently on a 6-game win streak. That's something that is very important. And if someone's momentum driven in this, it is Defiant. So that could be something that's very advantageous for them to make it further in through this. And right now, Vincent is getting hit accordingly.
Is getting hit accordingly. That is a phrase that I would like to add to my lexicon of phrases, because that is fantastic. The backdashing, too, I just want to keep highlighting that Defiant's movement is something that really sets them apart as a player.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Like, you're seeing just their familiarity with exactly how people want to be thinking, how they want to be thinking in a given situation. That they're playing at another level that even I can't fully grasp at the moment to moment. Right now, Vincent wants to grasp the jaws of victory from Defiant as they're currently trying to pressure him down, Blood Ring, keep those plus frames, and just guard thrust out.
Okay, set up with the Ice Rain. Oh, they were just so willing to stare at each other, hit the backboard, and then slam dunks their way into a win of game number 2.
Yeah, Defiant just very confident, finally bringing out that full charge J3B right there, which they haven't. I don't think I've seen them do it at all this tournament. And it's one of those things that you always just have to be ready for. It's because Landraki has so many different tools on the table. You have to be kind of like thinking about all of them, and if they're keeping one in their back pocket until the very end, it's so scary. Just like, you know, we haven't seen Defiant really go for 4CC a whole lot. We did see a like come up once, but it's one of those things that you might see if these games go long that they start bringing out to catch Vincent.
Right now, just establishing spacing, establishing pressure. With that CDP, Vincent is going to open things up briefly, and then the force function once again. It's just such a great tool for Landraki. I understand that force function is really great on a lot of the members of the cast, but the way that Defiant uses it so consistently and has it work so consistently is great.
Yeah, we saw them trying to use that force function a lot in the previous games, but it's not going to work out versus Vincent, though, because they're able to be ready for it, able to set the bombs down, and then go for a mix. Someone gets low this time. I was wrong. I got hit.
Yeah,
I got hit.
Yeah, I did too. But, you know, Defi just firing on all cylinders did not get hit. Defi does have Celestial. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, going to absorb all of that meter. Immediately spends it because they already had some of it, and they knew that they were going to get that 200 afterwards. Putting Vincent into that ice state to trap at the ice. Looked like they were faking to go in for the throw. Backdashed in the air and gets the hit. I obviously audibly gasped. That was really brilliant gameplay.
Yeah, forcing them to be in the air, getting blown up by the flower for an air unblockable situation is very, very smart from Defiant right there. And they're hoping, I think, to loop it once more as they find another great round start into their favor.
It's almost hard to believe that this was round start.
Right?
But it has been, once again, force function coming in clutch. Yeah, even when you're stuck in that and you're blocking in that little ice cage situation, you're still, like, kind of slowed down. You don't have your full movement. Yeah, see you later, buddy. That is a 1-2 buckle my shoe, as you said, Tabby. 3-4, we're going to another game. That grand finals is reset.
3-4, we're getting some more action to be going through on a reset. I want to comment at the very end right there. Defiant did a very, very good job of using Icy B Rekka. think I always get those records confused when they're in the like second hit of it, to hop over the projectile to come from Vincent, because they were just trying to zone him out as you were seeing that fireball war kind of go back and forth. Defiant decided, no, I want to skip it because I know exactly what you're going to do. Hop over, punish them accordingly to get to this reset situation. It was very, very smart. Let's see if they can do that again, or Vincent can make the comeback now with a fresh mindset.
Yeah, I like that Defi has changed the Wandrekia colors every game they have played, by the way.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Except that you changed off of the Elton colors, and now I am sad.
Well, hey, that might be the good luck, because right now they're currently allowing Vincent to get the party started with a great creeping edge, though. They're able to stay safe and now keep the corner of their own, but Vincent has to take their turn back and open them up with the overhead.
If Vincent wins this will be the first time that Defiant has not won a round in several rounds.
Yeah. It'll be very interesting to see if this is if Vincent is able to do it, but right now Ice Rain catching them out, giving Defiant their own turn back, able to put them into a freeze state as well if they weren't going to get Blood Rained, but we'll just open them up right here. Cash at Meter out as well right at the very end. Either close it out or put it into a one-touch situation. I think. Oh no, it's killed because you got 200 with IW. But you don't even need IW.
Don't even need it.
Don't even need it.
That turn of events was so exquisite. Every time I think, okay, Vincent's got this, cool, that's gonna be great. Defiant is like, but what if? But what if I completely rewrote the end of the story? And then they do, and it's so good. Once again, the one hit of the force function, just that little change of momentum changes Vincent's expectation of what the follow-up is going to be, and you have to really adjust quickly to that. Unfortunately, they're not going to get that opportunity. There was a little tiny bit of a drop, bit of a recovery for Vincent. Look at the movement of Defiant. I just want to keep highlighting that. If you are a player that wants to learn from somebody who is really quite god tier in movement, look at Defiant.
Yeah, you know, I always say when I grow up, I want to be like Defiant, because they are playing on top of everything right here. Able to be set it up once more, has the CBO extension as well. Won't kill just yet because it gets scaled a little too much right there. That would have killed in 1.0, but we're in 1.1, so we need one more throw.
One throw is going to do it. So far, in addition to the rounds that Defiant has won, that is 7 games straight. 7.
No, that's 9.
What? You're right.
The win count I think we'll say 9 games in a row.
That is, yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't including our loser semifinal because Boltstruck did win the first game. Since then, Defiant has not lost a game 9 in a row.
Yeah. That's sometimes the momentum you need. That's the mindset you need to get out of that loser side, is just know that you have to go undefeated to get out of it. And right now, Vincent is wanting to try to close it off, but Defiant is looking so smart, not allowing them any sense of similarities to their winner semis match.
Good counter hit. This is just, again, textbook, picture perfect, whatever sort of colloquialism that you want to describe this gameplay as. Going to use the IW, not going to be enough kill here, but it is one touch for Defiant. They just have to get that one hit, and there it was.
Yeah, finding a TRM right at the very end as well. Like, Vincent has been looking desperate in some of these situations. You're seeing things like that 2B right there, that 2A mash that got him into that big hit in the first round. He is looking for anything to try to open Defiant up, but right now Defiant is staying closed tight.
Yeah, okay, well, just backdashes the creeping edge. That's an interesting option because Defiant has been challenging that with a lot of throws. Going to get another IW here. Once again, not going to kill. That's fine. It's not that Defiant is looking for the kill there. They just want that extreme damage. And once again, Defiant ready to take home at this point the $29.19 that is sitting in our Match Arena prize pool. So if you, we don't have any more codes left. Those were actually gone quite some time ago now. But if you are feeling generous and want to donate towards the prize pool, you can directly contribute. We are potentially in the last game of this grand finals.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Vincent can make a comeback right now, or if Defiant can keep the dominance going here. A good early counter hit 2A is the start that Defiant fans are looking for in this situation. We'll have to see if they can keep it up.
Yeah, keeping it up, certainly. What a beautiful use of the Rekka string there. Yeah, the overhead too. One away now, one round, a few seconds divides Defiant from complete dominance in the last several games they have, and an opening with the JC. That was like a just fair instant overhead.
Immediately ready for those overheads again and again and again, because we've been seeing Vincent is not ready to be blocked on us. There's so many different tools, like we were talking about before with the mental stack. Defiant is just constantly bringing tools onto the table, making Vincent scared, has a free state applied onto them. So as well, if they get opened up, it'll be it, but they got air unblockable as they tried to get out of that ice rain, and they have to hold all this. One more confirmed, but Regard goes back into the corner, and with the most confident 5A I've seen from Defiant tonight, they will close out the reset 3-0.